Hey guys, it's Prachi and today I'm going to be finally doing a question and answer video. I've been on YouTube for last 3.5 years, almost 4 years now in fact, and this is the first time I'm actually doing something like this. Honestly, it's taking me a lot of courage because I don't know, I mean when I started YouTube this is the last thing I would have thought of doing, but a lot of you asked me for this video and I thought it'd be fun to do this video. So well, I have a list of questions here on my phone which I'm going to read out and tell you a little bit more about myself. I hope you like this video. Okay, so the first question, and this was literally the first question I got after announcing my Q&A video. This coming from Pratyusha and okay, so this guy actually just wrote that he also is asking the same question. Very smart. The guy is Vishal. So Pratyusha and Vishal, they want to know, how do I feel when I read negative comments? Uh, okay, Pratyusha and Vishal, first of all, let me tell you, I think compared to other YouTubers, I'm very lucky that way because I don't get that many hate comments. Touchwood, seriously, I don't want hate comments. But when I do get hate comments, usually they don't bother me. It honestly takes a lot to bother me. Here's the thing. I was on MTV Roadies. When you have been on a reality TV show, especially one like Roadies, it kind of builds a lot of immunity in you. When they say that when you have been through something really, really bad, something which is just slightly bad doesn't bother you, something like that. For me, it's like, for me coming on YouTube and seeing these hate comments, it's more like taking a walk in the park and having a little butterfly, come and play with my hair kind of a thing. Sometimes I think it's really cute. So, cute that people would think that these things would bother me. So, I don't know. I don't feel much when I see these hate comments. Okay, so next next question is coming from, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, I'm really sorry about that, but I'm guessing your name is Chitter Harsha. I'll call you Harsha, I think that's your name. So Harsha wants to know she wants to know 5 things about me that no one else knows. 5 things about me that no one else knows. To be very honest, Harsha, I'll tell you, I think I'm very lucky that way because I have some very close friends in my life. These are people who know every last secret that I could possibly have. At this point of time, I think I can say very clearly that there is not a single secret that I will carry with myself to my grave. I have friends who know everything about me. So 5 things about me that no one else knows, there's nothing like that. But I can tell you 5 random things about myself that I'm pretty sure that none of you know. Okay, so let me see 5 things about myself that nobody else knows. Okay, number 1 would be that I don't like chocolates. Can you believe that? I used to love chocolates before, but during my college days, I made some really good friends, and this one guy, he actually owned a chocolate shop. So, and we were like very good friends, like a very close group. So every day he would just bring like a whole bunch of chocolates for all the people in the group, and we used to keep having chocolates all the time. And it finally has reached a point in my life where I barely like chocolates at all. If at all, I'll just eat bitter chocolates, but I don't like chocolates. So that's number 1. Number 2 thing about me, I'm always cold. It's so funny, even if I'm sitting in AC or if I go for the movies, I'll always have to carry an extra jacket. If I forget to carry an extra jacket, I'll let one of my friends know that, hey, if you haven't left home, carry an extra jacket for me, because I'm always feeling cold. So you can imagine how terrible winters are for me. Thank God I live in India. I love the fact that we have such big summers. Number 3, okay, this is another weird food habit that I have, but I'm honestly a person who would prefer salads to pizzas. Not that I don't like pizzas, but usually I would end up, like, there's a better chance of me ordering for a salad on the menu than ordering for a pizza. So I guess I'm just like really weird that way. Number four would be, I used to be extremely psychic. I don't know how many of you guys believe in this, but I used to be extremely psychic in the sense I used to have psychic dreams. For example, once I saw fire in my dream, and just 2 days after that, my best friend's house caught fire. Nothing happened to the family, nothing happened to them. It was a huge fire and they lost a lot of things, but I'd seen the fire. Once I'd seen hospital and hospital corridors and operation, and just 2 or 3 days after that, my another best friend, she got hospitalized. There was a sudden medical emergency that happened in school and she got hospitalized. For me, the worst worst psychic dream I ever had was the one in which I saw my own mom. She was fainting and she had to be rushed to the hospital. So by that time I had understood that I'm psychic and my dreams tend to come true. So when I saw my mom fainting in this horrible nightmare, the next morning I just went to my mom and I took down the list of all the medicines that she had been taking, and I started taking extra care of her health because I obviously didn't want my dream to, or my nightmare to come true. Unfortunately, she did faint a couple of days later. Not a couple of days later. Actually, I think it happened a couple of about 2 or 3 weeks later. But she did faint, and it was another terrible medical emergency, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. The good thing was that I was prepared because I already knew the names of all the medicines that she was taking, so I could, the whole process could get started faster. But after that incident, I just decided I don't want to have any more psychic dreams. It's a little difficult for people to tell why this should bother me because, I mean, if you just hear me talk, it will sound like a very good thing that I can actually help people around me. But it's just, I mean, if you've read Harry Potter, yeah, and if you have ever read about how Harry Potter used to feel guilty about horrible things happening to the people around him, when he would dream about those things, it was like that. I kind of used to feel guilty about it. I know it doesn't make sense, but it happens, when you have those dreams, and it's just like you feel like it's your responsibility to protect those people and to save those things from happening, and you can't. It makes you very helpless. So anyways, long story short, I decided to start doing meditation to stop having these psychic dreams, and I'm not psychic anymore. I do want to start having, I do want to open my mind up to these ideas again later, maybe when I'm more grown up. Right now I don't think I can handle it really. I do want to open my mind later someday to be able to help others. Number 5, I don't have any number 5. I like wearing shorts. I love wearing girly clothes, but I think my favorite clothes are shorts. I love wearing shorts because they're so comfortable. So that's another random fact about me. Okay, then there is a question coming from Shubh Gupta 07, who's asking me something special about my teenage years. Something special about my teenage years. My teenage years weren't very special. I actually had a very difficult teenager, to be very honest. It's difficult to tell when you see me now, but I used to be a very quiet, very shy girl. I had terrible low self-esteem back then, terrible low self-esteem. And I was really bad at everything. Like, I was bad at extracurriculars, I was bad at my studies, I was too scared to make friends. I was just, my teenage years weren't very good. I wish, sometimes I look back and it makes me regret a lot. The reason I'm saying this is because I know a lot of my viewers are teenagers, probably going through similar stuff. And it's just that, like, don't waste your teenage years, because you will always regret wasting your teenage years if you don't make the most of that time. Now I try to make up for it as much as possible by having as much fun as possible. If you're wondering how I changed so much and how I became this totally different person who's not shy and who's, going out there, talking to people, doing things, I'm making videos on YouTube, and today I'm letting you guys know about myself, my personal life. It's just that, it's like when you're going through a really difficult time in your life and you're just moving closer to the edge, finally you reach that edge and you only have 2 options, whether the option number 1 is to fall down, the option number 2 is to fly. For me, I reached that edge at one point, and for me that was a turning point. It was a very big failure in my life, but I think that is when I started getting control of my life. It's a long story, I don't want to get into all that, but I just want to tell you guys this so that if there's anybody out there who's going through something like that, just, challenge yourself and go out there and do what you believe in doing. So the next question is coming from Farooq, who's asking me, is roadies scripted? Farooq, this question I have been asked for like a million times, okay? So I'm going to just reply to this question of yours with a little story, okay? And you can decide whether roadies is scripted or not. This is like a real story, obviously. So I remember the first day when we entered roadies and we had just met each other, all the contestants had met each other. The cameras had been on for quite some time and we realized that the cameras are going to be on for all the time. Suddenly, Raghu sir, he comes out of nowhere and he's like, turn off all the cameras. I want to talk to all the roadies. We're like, okay, fine, let's see what happens. Then he called us all aside together and he's like, I'm going to tell you guys a few things that you all must remember. Number 1, is that you have to follow all the rules over here. Just then he told us all the rules, like we should not be fighting in the sense we should not have, we don't end up breaking each other's nose or hands or feet. They don't want any physical fights. Number 2 was that we were not allowed to speak to any of the crew members. And the number 3 was, and this is pretty much what he said, this is a reality TV show. We don't have any script writers. So you guys, your only job here is to do what you want to do. Be yourself, be the person that that you were during your interview, because that's what we liked about you, and that's who we want you to be. And you can, this is your show, you guys will make the show, and you guys will do what is to be done. We are not going to write any script for you or hand out any assignments to you or tell you what to do. For me, that was a moment where, in true sense of the term, I started respecting roadies. Before that, I loved the show. I thought it was like a really cool concept and everything. That's why I went for it. But the day Raghu sir said that to us, I can't tell you guys, I literally had goosebumps, because his personality, right? The way he says everything. It's like he just makes everything 100 times more intense in just the way he talks. But yeah, the point is that the moment he said that was the moment I realized that this is a reality TV show which is real in its own sense in true sense of the term. Okay, so the next question is coming from Annie Rocks. Anisha, I've met you. What a great day that was for me. She's asking me, what have you studied or what are you studying, and do you understand Bengali? আমি একটু একটু বাংলা বুঝি আর একটু একটু বাংলা বলতে জানি, just একটু, okay? I make lots of mistakes. And what am I studying? This is a question which I've been getting a lot. What am I studying? I'm actually studying psychology. I'm doing masters in psychology. This is basically a hobby course which I've taken up. I've actually completed my education, but I always wanted to study psychology, so I took up psychology and I'm studying psychology on the side. It's like a hobby course. Sorry, I thought there was someone at the door. And yeah, having said that, I have a question for you guys. Would you like me to start a video series where we do some online counseling, or rather I do some online counseling? When I say counseling, I do not mean professional counseling. I'm not qualified to do any professional counseling whatsoever. It's just, let's just say it would be more like me as a friend talking to you guys about your problems. If you guys want, we can start a video series like that. We could make one, I could make one video like that for like maybe once a week or maybe twice a month, I don't know. So what I'm thinking is how this would work is, you could write your questions to me in an email, okay? And I will not mention your names. I will just keep your identity absolutely hidden, but I will take out your questions like, if you're having boyfriend troubles, or if you're having problems with your studies, if you're just having problems with your life, I don't know, just stuff that you want answers to. Just write those questions to me, and I'll read your questions without mentioning your name. I will read your question out and I will give you a solution that I think might help you, and I'll make a video on it. So if you guys want me to talk about personal problems and have a little talk with you guys about those things every once in a while, let me know in the comment section below whether you would like a video on personal problems. Just write, Prachi, I would want a video on personal problems. How frequently would you want these videos? It's just like basically really me asking you guys, because this is how I get to know what I should be doing with my channel. And if you have any personal problems that you would like to share with me, I have put my email ID in the description box, where you can write your questions to me. And yeah, if I get enough number of questions, I would definitely start making a video. Don't worry, your identity will be kept absolutely hidden. The next question is coming from the_MJ Kaur. Why did you start the YouTube channel? I have no idea, believe me. It was just one of those random things. I'm a very random person. The things I say, like if you actually talk to my friends, they'll be like, Prachi has absolutely no filter in her mouth, she'll just say whatever she wants to say, she'll do whatever she wants to do. I'm a very random person. If you take me to a place to visit, like say maybe a fort, there's a very good chance I'll be running around here and there everywhere trying to explore things like a little 5-year-old kid. That is how I behave. So for me, YouTube was just one of those things, me trying to explore something, and yeah, it was a very good decision for me. The next question is coming from Deepika Padukone 7, who's asking me who do I like better, Ranveer Singh or Ranbir Kapoor? I like them both, Deepika. I like them both, but they're not my favorites. My favorite would be Johnny Depp. I love that guy. Um, I also like Irfan Khan. What an amazing actor. What actresses have you seen in real life? I've seen lots of actors and actresses in my real life. I know some of them personally, because I mean, I have done some modeling. I have done some. I mean, I've done MTV roadies, and then I've just been involved with a lot of things like these. So because of that, I've gotten a chance to know a lot of actors and actresses in my life. So yeah. Where is your dream place to travel to? I would love to travel to so many places. I do want to see all of the remains of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization. I want to see the pyramids. I want to see Stonehenge. I want to go to Bora Bora, and I don't know. I want to go to a lot of places, mostly historical places. But yeah, I have a long list. Uh, okay, the next question is coming from Pre. Pre wants to ask me how would I describe myself, and can I share some hobbies? Okay, let me start with the hobbies first. My hobbies, I have lots of hobbies, way too many hobbies for my own good, okay? I love reading, I love writing, I write a lot of poetry. And I love making YouTube videos. I know it doesn't sound like a hobby, but it is a hobby. Genuinely, it's a hobby for me. I love doing nail art especially. It's one of the most amazing things that I think I've discovered in my life. I love listening to music. Have I already said that? I love listening to music. I love eating. I eat a lot. What a weird hobby. I love traveling. Yeah, so these are my hobbies, and how I describe myself. That's a little difficult for me to describe. How would I describe myself? I think I'm a person who's just, always between two extremes. And for me, most of my personality is between two extremes, because in general, I think I'm a person who's very passionate about life, and I'm passionate about everything I do. If I'm not passionate about something, I can't do it. So yeah, I think that's what describes me. A person who's always trying to balance between two extremes of her personality. And on one hand, I can be extremely childish and confused and just out of control. On the other hand, I think I can be a very sensitive, good friend, with a very good ear, or with a really nice shoulder to cry on and things like that. And yeah, in general, I think I'm extremely passionate about life, and I want to make the most out of every second that I spend. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. The next question is coming from Kathy, who's asking me what is my favorite song and what is the last song I listened to. Okay, my favorite song. I love music, and okay, I do have a favorite song actually. I mean, usually music lovers would say, "Oh, I don't have one favorite song. I have lots of favorite songs." The truth is, I do have a favorite song, and it just made me realize this. My favorite song absolutely has to be "It's My Life" by John Bon Jovi. If you haven't heard the song, guys, you totally listen to the song, because it's such an energetic, lively song. If you're ever feeling down and sad and depressed, just play the song for 2 times and you'll be just happy and excited about everything. I love the impact that the song has on me. I started listening to the song, I think, during my early teenage years, and till date it's a song that I just love absolutely. What was the last song I listened to? Oh my god, I wish you hadn't asked me that. The last song I listened to was actually a really bad song that my brother was playing on purpose to annoy me. He does it a lot. He knows I'm very particular about the kind of music I listen to, and he just does this on purpose. So I'll tell you what I was doing. I was working on my laptop. I was actually collecting all these questions and putting them in one place. And what I do is basically, this is how I work, okay? When I'm working on my laptop, I have the music system thing plugged into my laptop, and there's a music playing on the background and I'm working. So my brother, he has this really bad habit, really annoying habit of just coming to my room sometimes, and he'll just take the plug off without even asking me, and he just plug the thing into his phone, and then he'll start playing his own music. So he did the same thing today. I was working, and then suddenly he comes in and he takes the plug out, and before I could start fighting with him, he just puts this thing on, and the song was "I'm in Love with the Coco." Okay, it's a horrible song, guys. If you haven't heard this song, you're very lucky. It's just a horrible song, and he's been crazy about that song. The reason why he actually plays the song. He's even doing that to his friends. I heard that in his college also he's doing the same thing to his friends. Always playing that stupid song. I'm in love with the Coco. Oh god, it's really bad. Twinkie wants to know how do I manage so many things like my YouTube and my studies and how I respond to so many comments. Twinkie, that's first of all that is because I sleep. I barely sleep like 4.5 hours. I mean, not even that much. I'm saying barely. I barely sleep. I used to sleep for like 10-12 hours a day. 10-12 hours. And I started getting actually really frustrated because of that. Because sleeping so much is just like you just waste so much time sleeping. So then I learned about this technique which can actually reduce the sleep requirements of your body, and I practiced it for like almost 2.5 to 3 years. And for 2.5 3 years I can't tell you how many times I fell sick because I was like perpetually tired, because I was practicing this thing to reduce my sleep. But off late I can absolutely say that, I mean, seriously, touch wood, off late I haven't been facing any sleep issues. I think my body has finally adjusted to the sleep pattern that I'm trying to make myself accustomed to. I sleep like for about, I think, I keep taking lots of short power naps. This is a real thing. Lots of people do this, like Barack Obama, even the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, he does the same thing. They barely sleep. So yeah, I really want to do this and I'm like really happy. Rachel wants to know what are my future plans for Superpower Style. That's a very interesting question, Rachel. I don't have any plans. Like I just said, I'm a very random person. I just keep going with the flow. I think that's how life should be. Just do your own thing. When I started Superpower Style, I thought I would only be doing nail art. But the reason why I call it Superpower Style and not Superpower Nails was because I know myself, and I knew even back then that I might want to just get into other things. And right now I'm doing all kinds of videos. I'm doing this video, I'm doing beauty, and I'm doing fashion, and I'm just doing so many different things. So I don't really have any plans for Superpower Style as such, Rachel, but there is one thing I do want to do, and which I am already doing. If you might have noticed, I would want to use my YouTube influence to, I don't know, maybe in a really small way, if possible, create a better world. I know that's like a really big thing to say, create a better world, but by that I mean if I can influence even like if 5 or 10 lives and contribute to the society in a bigger way, I would feel really good. Which is why I did my breast cancer nail art video. I knew that people would want to watch a nail art video on Superpower Style, and with the help of that I might be able to send out some messages. So when I talked about the symptoms, when I talked about the causes, and girls read it, my only hope is that these girls will go out there and spread more awareness and also be more careful in their lives, so that if it can save like even one life, I would consider that to be such a big honor for myself. Or for example, last couple of months ago in August, I'd done a Pakistan nail art design. And the reason, it was actually a viewer requested video, but I wanted to do that design I wanted to do that design because I'm not a political figure and I'm not powerful enough to make any changes, and I don't want to mess with that because they have their own policies, the government, they know what they're doing, it's their business. But as an individual, I just wanted to send out a message of love. And even though it's YouTube and Pakistan, they don't really go, but I wanted to make that video for any Pakistani who might be in Pakistan and might be still using YouTube, I don't know how, or using YouTube from some other country, and to just get a nice message, a nice positive message. And the kind of comments I got, guys, there was a comment, I mean this particular comment, and I'm not kidding, I actually had a tear in my eye when I read that comment. This girl, I'm getting really sensitive again not talking about this girl, she wrote to me that, I don't remember the exact words, you can actually see the comment, it's right there on the video itself even right now. In that comment she had written, "Prachi, thank you for being the only one to recognize that Pakistan also exists in this world." That's something, like, I may be off by a few words here or there, but that's kind of what she said. And when she said that, to recognize that Pakistan also exists in this world, that really touched me. To feel that way about your country, to feel that way, to feel that neglected, I think it's very sad. So yeah, I don't have any future plans, but that's one thing I want to do. I want to keep talking about things that I believe in. So hopefully you guys won't mind. Okay, Deepika Padukone 7. I didn't realize you had 2 questions, I'm so sorry. She has another question for me. Do I have any plans for marriage? Am I currently in love with anyone? I don't need to say the name and then there's a tongue sign. Deepika, you sound just like my mom. Deepika Padukone 7. I'm guessing that's not your real name. You sound just like my mom. Okay, I don't have any plans for marriage because I don't think marriage is something that should be planned. You should fall in love and you should marry when you're ready to marry. So I'm not seeing anyone since you asked me. If I was to meet someone who makes me feel that way, makes me feel ready for that kind of commitment, I would be happy to marry. But I'm not going to marry because of, because if somebody says that, it's your age to get married, or you're not going to find another guy, or you're not going to find a good guy when you are of, more age, when you're like older, I'm not going to let that pressurize me into marriage. And there's a reason why I'm saying this is because I know lots of girls in India especially, they get pressurized a lot into marriage. And a lot of my friends have gotten married and I've seen some of them suffering. I mean, some of them have just gotten married in less than a year and they're suffering so much. And I just think it's really sad, because marriage is such a big decision of your life. You shouldn't make that if you're not ready for it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not ready for it, it's just that I won't be ready till I find someone who I'm in love with. So Jane T2 wants to ask me, she first says that she loves my hair. So thank you so much. What is my secret for such soft and silky hair? Jane, you need to watch my videos for that. I will also be making a hair care routine video. So keep a watch around. I should be making that in another 2 or 3 weeks. I upload my beauty and hair care videos on Sundays. So keep a watch around. That video should be coming very, very soon. A lot of you have been asking me for my hair care routine. In the meanwhile, you can watch my existing hair care videos. They will definitely tell you a lot. Honey _ love _ happiness wants to ask me, when am I going to announce a meet and greet with Prachi? Okay, with Prachi. I don't know. I do want to do a meet and greet. I just don't know when. Let me know when. Let me know when you want, in which city. I'll keep that in mind. I'll definitely give a priority to the cities for which I get most requests. Okay, I have another question from Pratyusha who wants to ask me what is my wildest fantasy. My wildest fantasy. Oh, I'm a Pisces. Okay, I'm a Pisces girl, so I have lots of fantasies. I'm always daydreaming. My wildest fantasy would be okay. I do want to learn how to fly a little aircraft, like a little aircraft. I do have a friend who's actually serving the Air Force in the US, and he started learning how to pilot a little Air Force plane when he was just 15 years old. And that inspired me, and he's always telling me, Prachi, it's not a big deal, you should totally learn. And I have found that there is actually a flying school in South India where they teach this, and it's not like a really long course. So Miss Diksha wants to know who is my favorite Bollywood actress and do I speak Punjabi, and I really hope you answer my questions. Love you so much, Prachi XOXO. I love you too, Diksha. My favorite Bollywood actress, I do love Vidya Balan and Kangna. They are awesome. They are really good actresses. Do I speak Punjabi? Nahi. Mainu Punjabi nahi aandi. I don't know. I don't. I do understand a little bit of Punjabi because of Honey Singh, and because there's so much Punjabi in our Indian movies these days. But yeah. Are you Punjabi, Diksha? Is that why you're asking? Let me know. Hafsa Sehgal wants to know how I got into nail art. How I got into nail art, I have no idea. It was, like I said, it was a very random thing. In fact, I'll tell you a very funny story. I had a whole huge box of nail polishes, okay, beautiful bright colored nail polishes, and they were just lying with me for about a year. So one day my friend, she visited me, and I was like, girl, you need to take these nail polishes and just keep them with you because you love doing your nails, I hate doing my nails, just take them away. And she's like, Prachi, are you sure? I'm like, I have not used them in last 1 year, they're just going to dry up, and you're my good friend and I would like you to have these polishes. And she's like, okay, fine, that's good. So I gave that entire box of polishes to just make some extra room in my cupboard. 2.5 weeks later, I was starting a YouTube channel called Super Style for Nail Designing. So that is how it went. I have no idea how I got into nail art. It's a big mystery to me. What is your family background? Family background? Well, I have a mom and dad. I'm living with them. For my international viewers who are confused, well, it's okay for us Indians to live with our parents. It's actually kind of a cultural norm, and it's expected of us to live with our parents. A lot of kids these days are moving out for jobs or other reasons, but it's absolutely fine for us to live with our parents. So yeah, I have my mom and dad. It's a nuclear family. Both my parents are working, and I have a brother who's in college. When will you do a giveaway in Pakistan? I would love to do a giveaway in Pakistan, but if I do that giveaway would happen on my Daily Motion channel, which also goes by the name Superpower Style. Let me know how many of you would like to do like a giveaway in Pakistan. If I can get enough number of entries. And with that, I'm done with the questions. Okay, sorry, there is one more question from Ritika. Ritika wants to know, do I have any favorite animals or pets? Yes, I do love dogs. I love dogs. I actually love animals. I would love to have a little dog, but my parents don't want me to have a dog because they're just like, we don't want a pet, we don't want another addition to our family. Me and my brother, we keep thinking, that we'll just go to the market someday and just get a dog for ourselves and just bring the dog home, and my parents will just have to put up with it. But it would be a little unfair to them because they really don't want a pet, and I think it would be extremely unfair to the animal because if my parents are taking time to adjust to the animal, it would be very difficult for the little dog, and I don't want my dog to go through all that. But I'm going to get a dog one day very soon, and when I do, I'll definitely let you guys know about it. So yeah, with that we're done with the Q&A video. This video turned out to be really long. I was kind of expecting that to happen because I was really excited about doing this video. After so many years, I've finally done this video. So if you guys have any questions, don't forget to write your questions in the comment section below. And I would love to make another video like this again in maybe a couple of weeks or months, I don't know, but I would definitely love to do more videos like this. Also, don't forget to let me know if you would like me to start those video series on personal problems. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching. This is me, Prachi, signing off now. Bye bye. Bye.